A new bill could prohibit certain sex offenders from participating in Halloween. And a bill that increases roadside safety has been reintroduced in the House. Why tow truck drivers say it's important.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Neely Green here with you on this Wednesday, February 11th. The time is now 6 o'clock, and let's check in with meteorologist Megan Duswell for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I really enjoyed the warm weather, and I'm sad it's kind of going away for a little bit, but I don't mind the rain.
I don't mind the rain if it's going to be warm. If we're talking cold rain, I do mind that a little bit. But yeah, I'm excited for those temperatures to return next week, because it was nice to see those 60s yesterday. But here's what we're looking at on that satellite and radar. A little bit of rain here and there, nothing too crazy, and that is clearing its way out this morning. And then we're looking nice and dry for the remainder of your day. Temperatures, you can tell, are already starting to drop. We're down to 34 degrees in Moorhead. That's a big difference from just 5 minutes ago. It's already dropped 2 degrees. So keep in mind, that's what we're going to continue to watch as these temperatures get colder and colder for the next several hours. But by the time we head into the afternoon, it'll start to warm right back up again, and we'll be getting into a mixture of the 40s as we head into the afternoon hours. Here's a look at when you can kind of expect that. Still staying nice and cold from 7 to about 9 a.m. and then gradually warming up until about 4 p.m. Neely.
Thank you, Megan. A report of a possible active shooter at the Hazard Appalachian Regional Healthcare Facility on Tuesday night prompted a massive emergency response. First responders, including local police, state police, and emergency management, quickly secured the scene. After a thorough investigation, authorities determined there was no threat. No shots were fired, and the hospital is now declared safe. The Hazard Police Department is investigating the initial report. Deputies in Jackson County made an arrest after a high school girls basketball coach was assaulted last week. Tommy Kilburn was charged with assaulting a school employee or volunteer. Online court records list a North Laurel coach as the victim. Kilburn's bond conditions say he isn't allowed within 500 feet of the coach and isn't allowed to attend events the victim is coaching. We don't know what led up to the alleged assault. Kilburn was released from jail on Monday. More details continue to emerge from the Epstein files, including a document that shows in 2006, President Trump spoke with Palm Beach police about their investigation into Epstein. Bradley Blackburn has more.
The newly surfaced record suggests 20 years ago, President Trump told the Palm Beach Police Department about Jeffrey Epstein. "Thank goodness you're stopping him. Everyone has known he's been doing this." According to the record, he also said he was around Epstein once when teenagers were present and, quote, got the hell out of there. The president has said he was unaware of Epstein's crimes.
What did Jeffrey Epstein mean in his emails when he said you knew about the girls?
I know nothing about that.
In Washington, lawmakers continue to comb through unredacted Epstein files, with some calling for Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick to be held accountable after new disclosures of his contacts with Epstein.
Who allegedly had business with Epstein after he was convicted of pedophilia, and he still is in the cabinet.
On Capitol Hill, Lutnick acknowledged taking his family to Epstein's Island for lunch in 2012, despite previous claims he had cut ties years before.
I don't recall why we did it.
Secretary Lutnick remains a very important member of President Trump's team, and the president fully supports the secretary.
The White House was also asked whether President Trump is considering a pardon for Epstein co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell. The press secretary said it's not something he's considering. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi is set to testify before a congressional committee Wednesday and is expected to face questions about the Epstein files. There were some ties to Kentucky found in some of the Jeffrey Epstein files. One of Epstein's pilots, Dave Rogers, requested to take time off to attend Eastern Kentucky University's homecoming in 2018. The Herald Leader reports Rogers is cooperating with the FBI's investigation onto Epstein. According to the Herald Leader, the files also mention Epstein being asked to donate to Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell and saying no. The files also mentioned a researcher who received money from Epstein and considered working at the University of Kentucky. We have new updates this morning in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie. Overnight, the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department said it had conducted a search at a house in Rio Rico, Arizona, a community near the border that's about an hour south of Tucson, and that a person had been detained in connection to the case during a traffic stop. This man says he was held and later released.
Just told me stop moving, like, what's your name? Carlos, and that's it. They put me in the cop car. I hope they get the suspect, because I'm not it. They better do their job and find the suspect that did it so they can clear my name.
These developments came hours after the FBI released chilling new images of an armed masked person wearing gloves outside of Nancy Guthrie's home, captured by a security camera the night she went missing. In the nation's capital, a crucial vote this week could lay the groundwork for new federal election rules. The House is taking up the Save America Act, which would create stricter registration requirements. It is taking center stage in the national debate over election integrity. The legislation would require citizens to provide document proof of U.S. citizenship when registering to vote, but on Capitol Hill, the Democratic Women's Caucus argued it could disproportionately impact women.
Women could be forced to drive 5 hours round trip just to vote. Working women can't afford to take that time off of work. And by the way, who's going to care for the kids?
Lawmakers also point to millions of women who have changed their names after marriage as a group that could face additional hurdles. If the bill passes the House, it heads to the Senate where it would need 66 votes to pass. A new bill was introduced that would prohibit certain sex offenders from participating in Halloween. House Bill 594 is similar to House Bill 42, which was introduced last year and has the same co-sponsors, Representative Chad Ottle and TJ Roberts. The bill prevents a sex offender who has committed a crime against a minor from participating in Halloween-related activities. That includes wearing costumes, attending costume parties with minors in attendance, or any event involving giving candy to minors. Violators will face a Class A misdemeanor for the first offense, then a Class D felony for further offenses. Tow truck drivers in Kentucky have been pushing for a side of the road safety since losing one of their own in 2024. House Bill 282, or Troy's Law, would allow tow trucks to have rear-facing blue lights on their trucks for an extra layer of protection. This is the second time the bill has been introduced in Frankfort. Supporters say they're frustrated the bill hasn't advanced so far.
Most people's traveling at 70+ miles an hour on these highways, and it just takes one mistake and then it's cost somebody their life.
If you just save one person, you know, it's worth it.
Drivers are advised to move over and slow down for any car on the side of the interstate or road. House Bill 282 currently has more than 15 co-sponsors. The West Virginia State Legislature is looking at a bill that would make changes to the high school athlete transfer rules. Right now in West Virginia, any student can transfer schools once and retain their athletic eligibility without needing the approval of the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission. But under the proposed bill, any incoming juniors and seniors wanting to transfer and play athletics for their new school in the upcoming year would need to get permission from the organization. The executive director says he believes it would rein in some transfers.
And I think that would be a pretty solid compromise between where we used to be that worked well and where the state legislature put us, which has obviously increased the number of transfers and allowed students to transfer during the school year, which has really created havoc for our athletic programs.
The House Education Committee still needs to mark up the bill and then vote on passing it onto the House floor.
And that cold front that came through is already starting to drop those temperatures as you're heading out the door. Those folks living in our northern counties are already seeing a big drop in temperatures. It's 34 degrees right now in Moorhead. And as you travel towards the south part of our region, we're still seeing 50s. It's 52 right now in Jacksboro. Still not seeing the effect yet of that cold front, but it's coming as we're heading through the next several hours. By the time we head into the afternoon, though, we will be warming right back up again. You'll notice that it's going to be a little bit colder in our northern counties as they have are going to see colder temperatures this morning as they have more chances for that colder air to really settle in. So expect a range of the low 40s for our northern counties and the mid to upper 40s for our southern counties in terms of those high temperatures. What we're seeing right now on satellite and radar, though, is the calming of those chances of rain. Not too much going on, just a little bit of a sprinkle here and there. Some folks seeing heavier rain than others. And again, that will be clearing out within the next couple of hours. Neely.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Something sweet is happening in the halls of an Illinois high school. That on the good side.